I've never been superstitious. I grew up in a city, surrounded by concrete, car horns, and routine that left no room for mysteries. But everything changed 2 years ago when I took a job as a surveyor in a remote corner of the country, in a place called Lázaro del Agua Negra. It didn't show up on Google Maps. You could only get there with verbal directions. Or luck. The guy who hired me gave me the coordinates and said, without much explanation, to bring high boots and a strong raincoat. When I asked why, he simply said, "It always rains there." I didn't think he meant literally. But trust me, it never stops. I arrived after a 7-hour drive, and the last 2 were through mud and thick fog. The town sat in a kind of valley, permanently covered by a heavy, gray mist that felt more alive in the air itself. The moment I crossed the entrance bridge, it started raining. At first, I thought it was just bad luck, but after 3 straight days without a single break in the sky, I knew it wasn't. The rain didn't fall, it pressed. It sank into your bones and wrapped around your chest like fear. But that wasn't the weirdest part. It was the people. There were no children, no elderly. Everyone seemed to be between 30 and 50 years old. They wore outdated clothes, colorless. They spoke little. They never looked you in the eyes for more than a few seconds. And more than anything, they all had sad eyes. The woman who rented me a room warned me the very first night, while she served me soup that was way too hot for the weather. "Don't stay past the 7th day, young man." Why? I asked, because if you do, the rain will recognize you. I didn't know what she meant, but I didn't sleep well after that. During the day, I did my measurements and kept to myself. But every night, every damn night, the same thing happened. I woke up at exactly 3:17 a.m. and always, without fail, I heard footsteps outside my room. Bare, slow, dragging footsteps. The first night, I thought it was an animal. The second, maybe the landlady. The third night, I gathered some courage, threw on pants, and opened the door with my flashlight. No one was there, just an empty, damp hallway, and a small puddle right in front of my door, as if someone had been standing there. On the 4th day, I saw something impossible. While taking measurements near the forest, I saw a woman in the distance, standing between the trees. Motionless, facing away. Her white dress was soaked, and her hair hung like wet roots. I called out. She didn't answer. I moved closer, and when I was just a few meters away, she turned around. She had no eyes, just empty sockets, black and overflowing with water. And when she opened her mouth, the only thing that came out was the drop, a thick, dark drop. When it hit the ground, the earth seemed to swallow it. I ran. That night, the woman from the guest house didn't appear. Her room was open and empty, but her bed was soaked, as if someone had melted into it. I wanted to leave, truly, but something stopped me. My car wouldn't start. My phone had no signal. I started to feel like the town wouldn't let me go. Then I remembered what she said. After the 7th day, the rain will recognize you. It was now my 6th day. On the 7th night, I woke up as always at 3:17. But this time, the footsteps weren't outside. They were inside my room. Before I could move, I saw it. Someone or something was standing at the foot of my bed. It wasn't a defined figure. It was like a shadow made of water, that thick, never-ending rain. But it had a human shape, or had once had one. It didn't speak. It just stared at me with storm-filled eyes. And then I understood the town wasn't just a place. It was a trap, a curse. Everyone who arrives and stays becomes part of the rain. People who dissolve, soaked souls, dripping presences. I was lucky. I escaped at sunrise. Or at least, I think I did. Ever since I came back, something has changed. Every night at 3:17, I wake up, and in my room, I always find a small puddle, a little bigger each time, a little closer to my bed, and outside it's always raining.